you can tell I'm getting old because I slowed down for that bus. There was enough space to pass through, but I'm old and slow. So, oh, okay, I got a topic for this video. Topic of this video is, which American state do the worst motorcyclists come from, and why? And I need to clarify something. Once I say the state, I'm gonna have a bunch of idiots typing in the comments, oh, I know a guy who lives in that state and rides a motorcycle and he's a really good rider. Or I know, I live in that state and I'm an awesome rider. I'm quicker than you fucking cripple. I didn't say that this state doesn't have good riders. Heck, I didn't even say that this state doesn't have the best riders. Maybe this state has the best and the worst riders. But I'm a tour guide, and I get a lot of customers from America every year, and there is a common theme that whenever I get a customer that comes from this state, I know there's a very good chance that they're gonna suck shit. Not only are they gonna suck, they're gonna suck so bad that people who are doing my tour that have never ridden once in their entire life will be a better rider than them. That's how bad they are from this state. Some of them, okay? And the state is California. California love. Yeah, and I know California has that. It has a couple of really good riding roads. Mulholland Drive. I'm pretty sure that's in California. I could be wrong. And there's a lot of really good riders that do that road, and and they got race clubs there, so you got a lot of good. I'm not saying that all riders from there are bad. I'm not even saying that most riders from there are bad. I'm just saying that if you live in America and you ride a motorcycle and you have absolutely no clue how to ride it, even though you've been riding for years, there's a good chance you're from California. That's what I'm saying. Like the worst riders in America seem to come from California, but maybe the best do too. Okay, so I'm not saying that all riders from there are bad. Yeah, and it's just insane. I had one rider from there. Like I had the only person who's ever crashed 3 times on my tour was from California. The only person to have ever crashed 4 times on my tour was also from California. I've had a few people crash twice. I think maybe like 4 people have done my tour and crashed twice. And I think maybe 1 or 2 of those are also from California. Like, yeah, the only people to crash more than once on my tour are pretty much all from California. and you gotta understand that if 30 people do my tour, maybe 1 or 2 of them will be from California. And then I've had a couple of 100 people do my tours. So out of those couple of 100, I've had maybe 12 Californians do my tour, and out of those 12, it's just a very common theme that they cannot ride. So I just wanted to make a comment on this. I don't know why that is, or I think I saw a comment somewhere where I think it's because most of California is just flat. I know California does have like Mulholland Drive and maybe a couple other hilly bits or whatever, but the people, they don't know how to turn, is what I see. A lot of Californians that I meet have been riding for years and never been on a curvy road before. And my tour is all curvy roads. So for them, and this is the very interesting thing, when I get someone who's never, let's drop the California word, and let's just say someone who's never done curvy roads. When I get someone who's never done, I almost contradicted myself. When I get someone who's never done curvy roads before, and I get someone who's never ridden in their life before, it's really interesting what happens. On the one hand, you have someone who rides, has years of riding experience, and they do my tour, and then you have someone else who's never ridden in their life, and they do my tour. And about 5-6 days into the tour, after the non-rider has learned how to ride and they've been riding for a few days, So 6 days into the tour, the non-rider is a better rider than the person with years of experience. And that is absolutely amazing. It's true, and it's amazing. And I see it every year. Like, I get someone who's never ridden in their life. They join my tour. I don't recommend it, to be honest. If you've never ridden, at least rent a scooter somewhere. Get an electric scooter that you don't need a motorcycle license for, and then just ride it around for a day. Like, that is the bare minimum of what you should do if you're going to sign up for my tour. People do sign up with zero riding experience. It's not the smartest move in the world, but so far it's been fairly safe for them. Regardless, though, I get more and more worried as the years go on. So yeah, I get these people who've never ridden before. They show up for my tour, and by the end of the tour, 11 days later, they are as good as me on curvy roads, and I'm not exaggerating. And it's actually really sad. I shouldn't be admitting to this. I have 23 years riding experience. I do track. I do racetracks. I can get my knee down on public streets. I could take a corner if I was wearing jeans right now. I could get my knee down on one of these, like on a 90-degree turn. Like, I'm good on two wheels. And yet I have these people who have never ridden, and in just 11 days I'm riding my hardest in the mountains, and they're on my ass, and I can't shake them. Why? Because they're young and dumb. That's part of it. And because they learned how to ride from me, and they learned from scratch by a quote-unquote expert. So, and then the person who just like is self-taught and comes from someplace with no curvy roads, they've never been taught the correct way to corner. They've never been taught. So they've got, and if they've been riding for 6 years, they've got 6 years of bad habits, 6 years of shitty riding under their belt. So every time they come into a corner, they panic and they freeze. But the person who's never ridden before, when they come into a corner, that's what they've been doing since day one. So it's fine for them. And it's absolutely amazing, because I get people, I keep repeating myself, okay, the non-riders, I tell them after just 11 days, I say, you know what's crazy? When you go back to home, your home country, America, England, Scotland, wherever, when you go back to your home country, not only do you now know how to ride, you are now a better rider than probably 70% of the people on the road. People that have been riding for years. So you went from being a non-rider, you go away on a vacation, and you go away for 2 weeks, and now you come back to your home country, and you're a better rider than people with 5 years, 6 years, 10 years riding experience. And it's crazy. It's crazy that how much you can learn in less than 2 weeks of riding with me. And it happens, you know, because these non-riders, I keep in touch with people who do my tours after the tour is done, and then we have a group chat that we use, and that they're always in the group. They're in the group chat and they're sending pictures of their new motorcycles that they buy once they go back, and then they're exploring the country on their own, and they do fine. Anyways, I guess that's the video. Shout out to California.